field at Sparta High School in Sparta, New Jersey for Pope John Lions Boys Lacrosse. Mike Forbesano along with you calling today's action as the varsity lacrosse team for Pope John High School is taking on the Sparta Spartans. At the half, it's Sparta 4, Pope John 3. Goals for the Lions in that first half. Brody Pillock, Jack Galucci, and Travis Heller with the third goal to get the lead cut to 4-3. 2 goals by Matt Ciarelli leading the way for the Sparta Spartans. I also want to thank his mom, Wendy Ciarelli, for getting me roster names and numbers for Sparta, as I had an incomplete list as I was trying to put everything together before the game. So thank you, Wendy, for that. We have 2 minutes to go before the end of halftime. Let's go over the rosters. We start with number 0, Lucas Brown for Sparta. Number 1 is goalkeeper Jake Allegro. 2, Marcelo DiStefano. 3, Hunter Klodnicki. 4, Eddie Brown. 5, Marco Aquino. Number 8 is Stephen Palmer. Number 10, Michael Pandacia. 11, Eric McCall. 12, Luke Spellman. 13, Brady Shagawat. 15, Sam Sikowski. 16, Matt Ciarelli. 16, Christian Hansen. 18, Anthony Caldi. 20, Matt Peters. 22, Nick Coleman. 25, Adam Teixeira. 26, Lucas Polito. For number 7, Stone Herbison. Number 24, Christian Mazzarella. 14, Danny Westervelt. And number 37, Cole Mazzarella. The head coach of the Sparta Spartans is Sean Peterson. Assistant coaches Brian Brennan and Aaron Sanchez. For the Pope John Lions, we start with number 1, Andrew Sanchez. Number 2, Magnus Bars. 3 is Anthony Schnabel. 4 is Peyton Fox. 5, Jack Galucci. 6, Sam Canetta. 7, Travis Heller. 8, Matthew Sledge. 9, Mikey Ramirez. 10, Vic Fiore. 11, Hunter Perillo. 12, Nick Michello. 13, Justin Perella. 15, Johnny Pippa. 16, Amir Young. 17, Connor Clifford. 18, Evan Wyatt. 19, Mike Marston. 20, Hayden Marshall. 21, Matthew Riley. 22, Andrew Gallant. 23, Brody Pillock. 24, Zach Cash. 25, John Brugna. 26, Chris Sabella. 27, Emilio Barranco. 28, Jacob Post. Aiden DeOlivos, 29. Steve Leonard, 30. Michael Forbesano, 31. Nick Boyanowski, 32. Sutton Fullwood, 50. Andrew Jessamaria, 51. The goalkeepers, number 52, Daniel O'Leary. Number 55, Owen Poole. The president of the Catholic Academy of Sussex County, Father Michael Parisi. The principal of Pope John High School, Gene Emmering. The athletic director, Brian McAleer. Athletic trainers, Gerard Graziano and Jordan Martin. The head coach of Pope John Lions varsity boys lacrosse team is Joe Delaferra. I'm Mike Forbesano. We are here live at Sparta High School. It's the Sparta Spartans leading the Pope John Lions 4-3. Now the Lions going left to right on your screen in their white jerseys with blue and gold trim, blue shorts, and the golden domes, the golden helmets. Sparta in their dark blue uniforms, powder blue trim, white helmets going right to left. Here we go. Mikey Ramirez taking the face-off against Eric McCall to start the third quarter. Sparta leads 4-3. Here's the face-off, and Ramirez with another win. And a flag on the play, a delayed penalty against Eric McCall. So now Ramirez charging in, the shot, saved by Allegro. Wow, now Sparta recovers, and the penalty called against the Spartans. I thought Ramirez was going to be able to tuck that one in, but a great save by Allegro on the bounce shot by Mikey Ramirez. So penalty right away against Eric McCall. 13 seconds into the second half. Pope John will start out with it. I believe it's a 1-minute penalty. After this game, please stay with us as the JV teams will play. We'll have that for you here on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube. Ramirez with the pass to Pillock. Now to Canetta. Canetta down low to Fox. Back to Canetta. Pillock to Ramirez. Over to Heller. Now to Colucci. Heller on the right. Pass to Ramirez. Now to Pillock. Pillock to Canetta. Back to Pillock. Ramirez. Down low to Fox. Oh, it fell out of his cross as he was attempting to fire. And Sparta picks it up. Number 15, Sikowski. Intercepted by Fox. It's an open net. Fox with the shot. Allegro with the save. He dove to stop that ball. Wow! What a save by number 1, Jake Allegro. And now Sparta the other way. And Sanchez is going to get called for a penalty as he takes a hit on number 25, Adam Teixeira. And the Sparta faithful cheers galore. Well, Fox had the ball on the Sparta net, and Allegro was out of position. Fox raced to tuck the ball in, and just at the last moment, Allegro made a dive to stop that ball. So now, a penalty against Pope John with 10:51 in the third quarter. As I said, Pope John and Sparta, whenever they meet, you can ratchet it up to another level. And that's what they've done today. And we're not even at the fourth quarter yet. We're just starting quarter number 3. 4-3, Sparta leads. And it's a penalty against Sanchez now. So I think it's even strength for the next few seconds because McCall took his penalty and he's still in the box. He took it in 13 seconds. So in about 9, 13, I'm doing math, yes. 22 seconds, McCall will come out, and it'll be a power play for Sparta. So waiting to start up. Here is number 5, Aquino. The pass to DeStefano. Down below. Out to Spellman. Back up top to Aquino. Aquino will race back. He waits for McCall to come out, and now it's a power play for Sparta. Number 14, Westervelt. DeStefano to Westervelt. Now back to number 10. Hennessy on the outside of the net. And it stops there for O'Leary to pick it up. So he took the shot, saw the net wave, but we have a clear view here. It hit the outside of the net. Bars will pass it back to O'Leary. O'Leary down the field to Heller, intercepted by number 7, and that is Stone Herbison. Now the pass to Ciarelli. That's Ciarelli with it. The shot just missed wide right, and it goes out of bounds. DeStefano's closest, so Sparta will maintain possession. Now to Panacea. Gets it back from Westervelt. Marco Aquino with it now. To DeStefano. Back to Aquino. Aquino. Bars takes a swipe. Now another. Pass over to Spellman. Spellman. Down low to Ciarelli. Sanchez knocks it loose. It's on the turf. Westervelt's able to scoop it up. The bounce shot goes over the crossbar and out of bounds. It'll be Pope John ball. So Pope John's closest. And here is Ramirez. Mikey Ramirez running towards the near side. Westervelt cuts him off at the pass. Now he has to cut back towards the middle of the field. DeStefano takes a swipe. Now the pass to Heller. It's knocked loose. Not a clean pass. Picked up by Westervelt. Here's Ciarelli. Matt Ciarelli, the senior for Sparta, who has 2 goals today. Westervelt has one as well, and I believe the other goal was from Panacea. But again, I wasn't looking at who was shooting. I was looking at O'Leary trying to make the save, and he stopped most of it, but it just rolled over the goal line for the 4th goal. 8:19 to go, 3rd quarter. Here's Spellman. Spellman down below. Westervelt. Now to Panacea. Michael Panacea. Magnus Bars on him. Pass over to Marcelo DeStefano. Ramirez guarding. Takes a swipe. DeStefano down low to Westervelt. Spellman looked to shoot. He pulls it back. Now Ciarelli. Ciarelli, the right-handed shot coming in. The shot saved by O'Leary. And it goes towards the corner. Out of bounds. Tipped by Sparta. Pope John ball. Oh, smart play by Andrew Sanchez. Waiting for Sparta to tip it. They did. And it goes out of bounds. And it'll be Pope John possession. Now, wait a minute. Okay, so Ciarelli's standing there with the referee. The referee pointed down the field, Pope John possession. But now it looks like it's going to be Sparta that starts out. That I don't understand. And I don't think the coaches are either, as the referee's explaining on the other side of the field. So I guess they reversed their decision, so Sparta starts out with it. Here's Ciarelli, down to Pandessia. Yeah, it looked like Sparta had touched that last and went out of bounds, so. Well, ball now in Ciarelli's cross, pass to Pandessia on the left. Now out to Aquino. DeStefano. Round the world, Sparta goes. Here's Spellman down below. Ciarelli. Out to Aquino. It pops loose. Bar's trying to knock it loose even further as he recovered. Here's Spellman with it. Down low to Pandessia. Gets knocked down. The ball's on the turf. And who scoops it up? We got a foul. Penalty against, or an infraction against Sparta. It'll be Pope John possession. So, Pope John finally able to get the ball. Here's Heller. 4 defensemen around him. He breaks it. Heller into Sparta territory. Still with the ball. The pass to Canetta on the left side. Sam Canetta with it. Pass back to Mikey Ramirez. So, Sparta eating a big chunk of time here in that third quarter and nothing to show for it. And that could be a big turning point in this game for Pope John. Here's Ramirez looking to break in. Ramirez fires wide left, goes out of bounds. Pope John closest. Nice shot by Ramirez, low, took a bounce, but just past the post on the left side. Here is Fox. Fox was inches away from tying this game on an open net, but the goalkeeper for Sparta made a diving save, desperation save. Here's the shot, score! Jack Galucci ties the game. The assist from Sam Canetta, and Pope John and Sparta are even at 4 apiece. Galucci's goal comes with 6:02 to go in quarter number 3. Pope John 4, Sparta 4. So now Pope John gets that tying goal. And we have a face-off in center field between Eric McCall of Sparta and Mikey Ramirez of Pope John. Here's a face-off. Won again by Ramirez. Terrific work. Ramirez into Sparta territory. Ramirez is just another level when it comes to face-offs. I think that's as easy as I can say it. Here's Pillock. Pass to Heller. Heller, he's got number 7, Stone Herbison on him. Heller on the right, trotting below the goal line to go beneath, towards the back line. Herbison staying with him. Heller with a 360. Now another pass to Pillock. Pillock fires wide left. He saw number 15, Sam Sikowski on him. Tried to get a quick shot and probably rushed it as it went wide left by about 3 or 4 feet. But Canetta's closest and Pope John will have possession. That's the rule. You can do that. You can, take those types of shots without fear of reprisal. Here's Perillo to Heller. Tight pass to Galucci. It got through. Almost didn't. Here's Fox. Knocked out his cross. It's loose. Heller's able to... No, it's still loose. Now Heller's recovering. It's knocked loose again. And here's number 17 for Sparta who recovers. And that is Christian Hansen. Hansen with it in the long pole. Pass out to number 11, McCall. Eric McCall now running into Pope John territory. Pass in to number 3, Klodnicki. The shot goes wide and out of bounds. Pope John possession with 4:33 to go in quarter number 3. We are even 4 apiece. Pope John and Sparta. And here's Galucci. Galucci with the pass. Popped out of the stick of Anthony Schnabel. And it goes over to Sparta. I'm wondering if Pope John, they don't need to, but I'm wondering if they had any locker room bulletin board material before this game. I told this story during the exhibition schedule, and if I have time, I'll try and get to it now. If you remember last year's 100 and Warren Sussex tournament, Sparta won 9-4 in the final against Pope John. And I believe is the goalkeeper, but I'm not sure off the top of my head who said it. As we get back to action, I'll pick that story up in just a minute. Here is Panacea. Pass back to Luke Spellman. Now over to DeStefano. Perillo and Ramirez on him. Pass down low to Ciarelli. Now to DeStefano. Over to Aquino. Now Panacea. Spellman. Pass on the right. Down below. Out to Ciarelli. He can't field it cleanly. And stolen away by Andrew Sanchez. Now Sanchez gets it back after swiped out. Sanchez with the pass over to Perillo. Now down low to Fox. Fox pulls it back out. And he'll slow things down. Now the pass back out to Ramirez and to Galucci, who's got 2 on the day. Galucci being guarded by Aquino. Now to Ramirez. Over to Canetta on the left. Canetta being guarded by Aquino. The shot in front. Score! Brody Pillock, his second goal of the game. And Pope John leads 5-4. So Pillock beats Allegro with 2:39 to go in quarter number 3. And the Lions grab a 5-4 lead. Oh, Pillock with perfect positioning right in front of the Spartans' net. And he pounds it home. And the Lions grab their first lead of the day. 5-4 over Sparta. Now the face-off. And it's won again by Ramirez. Ramirez, a senior. Pope John's going to miss that when he's gone. Here's Galucci. Now to Canetta. Quickly, I'm going to try and get that story in. So anyway, Sparta won 9-4 in the 100 and Warren Sussex final. And as it was the goalkeeper, if it wasn't, I apologize. But somebody from Sparta went ahead and said at the end of that game, go public, win championships. Meaning, if you go to public school, you have a chance to win a championship you're never going to win with Pope John. And I don't know if head coach Joe Delaferro is even going to bother using that for Baltimore material. Probably heard it when it happened. He may have just shrugged it off, but maybe not. But stuff like that is what continues to ratchet up the rivalry, so to speak. Sparta didn't have to say it, but they did. And they won. They had every right to. But there's a big difference between winning one championship and then building a dynasty. Here's Travis Heller. Over to Brody Pillock. Pope John trying to recover there, and there's Galucci over to Heller. Heller on the left wing. Minute 15 remaining in quarter number 3. Trying to pass it close. He was looking right at the lip of the crease. Nobody was there. So Pillock around to Galucci, now to Perillo. Perillo to Canetta. Sam Canetta does a 360. Klodnicki falls down. The shot, he scores! Sam Canetta! He gets his defenseman Hunter Klodnicki to fall down and then takes an open shot on net and scores the goal. Canetta puts Pope John up by a deuce, 6-4. Canetta's goal comes with 53 seconds remaining in quarter number 3. Pope John 6, Sparta 4. What a move by Canetta to get Klodnicki to fall down. And then wide open on top of the crease, and he was able to shoot anywhere he wanted, and he beats Allegro to make it 6-4 Pope John. Here's Ramirez, and here's another face-off win. Ramirez into Sparta territory on the left wing as Pope John sets up again. Here's Fox. Peyton Fox with 36 seconds to go in quarter number 3. Fox over to Perillo. Now to Gallucci. Down to Heller. 22 seconds remaining. Heller down below towards the back line. 15 seconds to go. Heller gets a hit on the helmet. The shot goes wide left. And Heller looking for a penalty call. He's not going to get it. As number 7 for Sparta, Stone Herberson, took a swipe and hit him on the top of the helmet. Well, Canetta's going to start it up with 7 seconds to go. Pope John's going to move quickly here. Canetta racing out. I don't know if he knows the time. The shot stopped by Herberson. The backhand shot by Gallucci, but it wouldn't have counted. It was after the buzzer. Nice attempt by Gallucci, but they ran out of time. Pope John scores 3 times in the third quarter. And after 3 quarters, it's Pope John 6, Sparta 4. We'll be back for fourth quarter action right after this on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube. You know, twice this week it cut out on me. It cut out Saturday, the fourth quarter, and then it cut out on the girls' lacrosse. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Keep watching. Welcome back to Castles Field at Sparta High School in Sparta, New Jersey. It's the crosstown rivalry renewed. The Pope John Lions and the Sparta Spartans. And after 3 quarters, Pope John has come all the way back to take a 6-4 lead. Brody Pillock with the go-ahead goal, and then Jack Gallucci with the insurance to give Pope John a deuce lead. So we start out the fourth quarter now. Pope John will be going right to left in your screen in their white jerseys with Pope John on the front in blue and gold numbers. Blue shorts and the golden domes, the golden helmets. They're going right to left Sparta in their dark blue jerseys with powder blue, Sparta and number. And the shorts, dark blue and powder blue with white helmets. They're going left to right. Pope John will be back at it on Saturday morning at home, taking on Governor Livingston, but I guarantee you they're not thinking about that right now. Another face-off win by Mikey Ramirez. And Ramirez goes to the far sideline. Racing into Sparta territory, dropping below the goal. Passing across field to Peyton Fox, and it's over his head. So it'll go over to Sparta. So one of the few times that Pope John makes an error on offense, and Sparta will take over. The Lions have worked hard to get back into this game, but now it's Sparta who is looking to come back. Here's Klodnicki. Hunter Klodnicki with the pass over to Marcelo Di Stefano. Di Stefano on the right wing. He'll pass it back to Aquino. Aquino over to Ciarelli. That's Ciarelli, the senior. Passes back to Aquino. Ciarelli's got 2 in this game for Sparta. Pass over to Panacea. Now to DeStefano. Panacea on the right. Gives it back to Aquino. Here's Ciarelli looking to break in. No, that's actually Spellman, number 12. Spellman gets it back. Guarded by Gallucci. Gallucci's got 2 today. Pillock's got 2 today. Heller's got 1. And Canetta. Now Spellman. Ciarelli behind the goal, looking to shoot. It's to turn around. Matthew Sledge on him. Shot. Save O'Leary. He didn't know where it was. The rebound. Save. What a save by Daniel O'Leary. Wow. An incredible save by the Pope John netminder. I will describe it in a minute if you didn't see it. Heller takes a swipe from Panacea. And now the Pope John crowd going crazy. 10-10 to go in the 4th quarter. So O'Leary made the save on the initial shot. Didn't know where it was. He got turned around. He's out of position as it bounced to the other side of the field. The player for Sparta took the shot at what was an open net. O'Leary reached over to get back in position and got his crossover just in time to stop it. Wow, what a save by Daniel O'Leary. Now here's Ramirez racing in. We have a whistle. And it's going to be against Pope. Oh, wait, is that a timeout? Well, player's running over, so. And there's a flag on the turf. I think there's a penalty against Aquino. Aquino's going to the penalty area. Maybe the bench. Let's see what the penalty is. Well, it may not be Aquino. It may be Panacea, as Panacea is waiting in there. So, penalty on Sparta, however, so it'll be a Pope John power play. The Lions leading by 2 with 9:41 to go. We're glad you're with us in a great game so far. I'll tell you, the Riverdale game, opener, Pope John clearly the better team. Riverdale tried to get back in there with a few goals late, but the past 2 games against Immaculata and then this one against Sparta have been thrilling games. Here's Pillock. Now over to Ramirez. Ramirez, down low to Heller, the shot! Score! Travis Heller, twice as nice. He assists Ramirez. With 9:24 to go, Pope John takes a 7-4 lead. The goal goes to Travis Heller, assisted by Mikey Ramirez, and the Lions up by 3. Heller's second goal of the game, along with Pillock and Gallucci. So now the Lions starting to take control. It was 4-1 Sparta, and Pope John has scored 6 unanswered. Here's a face-off. We get an infraction. It's going to go over to Sparta. Wow, so they call the infraction against Ramirez. So officially, I believe that's Sparta's first face-off win. Officially. Now, here is number 5, Aquino. The pass to Panacea. Sparta down by 3 with 9:09 to go in the 4th. You would think they need to get a goal on this possession. Try and right the ship. On the left wing, there's Ciarelli. Ciarelli fires wide right. Goes out of bounds. Sparta possession. Now the pass down low to Ciarelli. Ciarelli on the left post looking to come in. Knocked down. The ball's in the crease. And he ties up O'Leary. And it's against Sparta. Pope John possession. So Ciarelli making a desperate attempt to get towards the net to try and get off a shot. And he's tied up by O'Leary. And they're calling a push now. And now they're saying, wow. So initially they called in favor of Pope John. And now, again, reversing the call, saying there was a push on the play. And it goes over to Sparta. And I'll tell you, the Pope John fans not happy about this. Here is spell it. Well, can you say hometown cooking if your teams are both from Sparta? Here's number 5, Aquino, racing in. Turns around. Pass goes out of bounds. Pope John possession. They don't need the referees for that. So, Sanchez will give it over to O'Leary. Now back to Sanchez. I can understand the fans' ire, you know. And you know, the referees, they want to get it right, I understand. But it's at least the third call today I remember where something went Pope John's way and it was reversed back out. So, I'm not the official. I get it. I can understand the fans' ire. 7:53 to go. Here's Canetta on the far sideline. Here's a pass to Ramirez. Ramirez racing in. He'll drop below the goal. Comes back around on the near side. Takes a hit. Pass to Fox. Peyton Fox looking to break in past number 17, Christian Hansen. Fox on the left side. The shot. Score! Peyton Fox! Sneaky move by Fox. And with 7:26 to go, it's the Lions' 7th consecutive goal. Pope John 8, Sparta 4. This has been a dominating performance since the mid-second quarter by the Pope John Lions. Here's Ramirez on the draw again. Just officially lost his first faceoff. Now he gets back to winning it. And here he is in Sparta territory on the near side. Ramirez. He's got McCall on him. Now to Heller. Travis Heller on the left. Rolls it over to Gallucci. Back to Heller. And Gallucci went ahead and pulled something. He's down on his knee. He's holding his right leg, and that's not good. We're going to take an injury timeout as the trainers come out to take a look. Gallucci pulls up Lehman, so they're going to take a look and see what the issue is. 7:02 to go. We'll take a break. We'll be right back to Castles Field in Sparta, New Jersey, right after this on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube. Welcome back to Sparta High School in Sparta, New Jersey for Pope John Lions boys lacrosse. So Gallucci's back up and he's walking it off. Hopefully it's just a cramp or he just pulled something and it's a minor injury. So he's walking off under his own power, which is good to see, but he is limping. So we'll try and keep an eye on that. Anyway, back to action, 7:02 to go in the fourth quarter. Pope John holding an 8-4 lead, doubling up Sparta here in the crosstown rivalry renewed between Pope John and Sparta. How many matchups have they had over the years in all different sports? Here's Canetta to start things off. He takes a swipe by number 15, Sam Sikowski. Shot by Ramirez, saved by Allegro. Fox gets the rebound. Fox on the left, down below, racing to the corner, now to the near sideline. Now here's Heller. Travis Heller being guarded by Urbison. Stone Urbison poking away. Now another. Heller turns around. Racing in towards the goal. Heller, the shot, bounce shot, and it goes wide left. Out of bounds. Pope John's closest, Peyton Fox. We're down to 6:23 to go, fourth quarter. The Lions lead the Spartans 8-4. Here is Fox on the left side. Now to Hunter Perillo. Stolen away by number 11, Eric McCall. And McCall racing into Pope John territory. Now to pass over to number 2, DeStefano. The shot, Klodnicki out of bounds as it was tipped. I think Sparta's closest, so I think they're going to hold on to it. Well, Sparta's got to feel the desperation now, down by 4 with under 6 minutes to go. So Klodnicki will, no, that's not Klodnicki, that's Ciarelli. Matt Ciarelli will bring it inbounds and start it up. Pass across, Spellman. Now to Westervelt. Danny Westervelt scored in this game. He takes a hit from Muggy Bars. Now down low to Ciarelli. Pass over to Aquino. Spellman with the pass. Over to Aquino. Aquino looking to work his way in. Pass to Ramirez. Can't do so. Now Muggy Bars. Bars falls down. He gets back up. Spellman turns back around. Turns to his left. Pass off to the wing. Now down to Panacea. DeStefano. Back to Panacea. Spellman looking to fire. Can't get around Bars. He takes a bounce shot. He goes over Ciarelli and out of bounds. It's going to stay Sparta ball. Pope John fans saying Ciarelli touched it. And he may have, but tough for me to see up here. Here's Ciarelli looking to work his way in. Heller defending. Now Schnabel. Ciarelli the shot. Save O'Leary! Wow, Daniel O'Leary has really settled down and has had a great game in net for Pope John. DeStefano. Marcelo DeStefano. Bars on him. Swiping away. The shot. Bounce shot. Misses. Goes out of bounds. Sparta closest. Danny Westervelt with it now. 4:22 remaining in quarter number 4. Westervelt on the left. Takes the pass back, surrounded by 3 Pope John defenders. The ball's loose. Goes out of bounds. And I think they said timeout Sparta. So we're going to take a break as well. I think Sparta held on to possession. 4:08 to go in the fourth quarter. Pope John leads Sparta 8-4. We'll be right back to Castles Field at Sparta High School right after this on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube. Welcome back to Castles Field at Sparta High School in Sparta, New Jersey for Pope John Lions Boys Lacrosse. Mike Formisano along with you calling today's game between the Lions and the Sparta Spartans. 4:08 to go, fourth quarter. Pope John leads 8-4. And if the score does hold out, it will be a heck of a week for Pope John against Sparta. On Monday, the softball team defeated Sparta 15-7. And now Pope John leads Sparta in lacrosse 8-4. So it will have been a pretty good week for the Lions. We'll see if they can lock it down. 4:08 to go in the fourth. Well, now I was wrong. It is Pope John possession. So my apologies. Travis Heller will start it out. So the Lions now, and Sikowski on him. Heller racing towards the near side, taking a swipe. Now another from Sikowski, trying to pop it. Luciarelli in there. They shove the ball out. It's on the turf. There's 3 Spartans around Heller there. I'm trying to figure out what's going on as the referee is arguing with the Sparta coach. So, well, 3 Spartans surrounding Heller were able to knock the ball loose, and I think they went ahead and called an infraction against Sparta, so it'll be Pope John ball. Well, they're putting it at center field, so. Anyway, the clock down to 3:53 to go in quarter number 4. Well, Ramirez picks it up, so it will be Pope John possession. So basically, Heller get knocked over by Ciarelli Sadowski, the 3rd Sparta player. And I think the referee had just said it was too much, so goes against Sparta, and Pope John in possession. Here's Ramirez over to Pillock. Canetta back to Pillock. Sikowski gets a stick on it and intercepts. Sam Sikowski, now Pope John going after him. The pass, good pass to DeStefano. And we have a timeout as Sparta wants to talk things over. 3:35 to go, quarter number 4. The Pope John Lions lead the Sparta Spartans 8-4. We'll be right back to Sparta High School after this on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube. Welcome back to Castles Field at Sparta High School in Sparta, New Jersey for Pope John Lions Boys Lacrosse. Mike Formisano along with you, calling today's action as the Pope John Lions lead 8-4 with 3:35 to go in the 4th quarter. Just took a look at my screen and we showed 30 people on the screen watching the live broadcast. I think that's the most we've had since we've started up this channel at one time. So I want to thank everybody for going ahead and watching today. It has been a terrific game, and if you're a fan of the Pope John Lions, you have to be impressed for the way they've come back in this game. Down 4-1 midway through the 2nd quarter, everything going Sparta's way, and the Pope John just turned things around. A goal here, a goal there. They cut it to 4-3 at the half, and then have turned it on in the 2nd half, outscoring the Spartans 5-0. So now, a 4-goal lead for the Lions, and they're looking to protect with 3:35 to go. Tomorrow on the channel at 4 p.m., Pope John softball, as they will take on West Morris. West Morris and Pope John from the softball fields at Pope John High School tomorrow afternoon, 4 p.m., right here on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube. Boys lacrosse back at it Saturday, 10 a.m. against Governor Livingston. That's a home game. And then on Monday, we will be with you at Newton High School for more boys lacrosse. The lacrosse team taking on the Newton Braves on Monday. 4 p.m., and we will be with you for that. We have softball lined up. We have baseball next Wednesday, and girls lacrosse coming up soon, I think in about a week, on the channel again. So, trying to cover as many sports as we can throughout the spring here at Pope John High School. Lots going on. Here is number 2, DeStefano. Marcelo DeStefano with the pass out. Goes to Aquino. Over to Ciarelli. You want to reach for that one. We're down to 2:45 to go in the 4th quarter. Ciarelli, Muggy bars on him. And now here is Spellman. The shot off the post. O'Leary may have gotten a piece of it, but it definitely rung iron and hurt it. And O'Leary smothers it. And Pope John keeps the, not a shutout, but the unanswered goal streak going at 7. Sparta hasn't scored since midway through the 2nd quarter. 2:20 to go, and Pope John leads by 4. Here's Canetta. Sam Canetta. He races behind the Sparta net. Pass back to Heller. Heller fires. Bounce shot saved by Allegro. And it goes out of bounds. Pope John's closest. 2:06 remaining. We got a player down. Who is that? It looks to be, well, Fox is helping. I think it's Canetta. I think Sam Canetta. No, we're going to take an injury timeout. We'll be right back to Pope John Lions TV on YouTube. We're here from Sparta High School. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back to Castles Field at Sparta High School in Sparta, New Jersey. Injury timeout's over. It was Sam Canetta who was down. He's walking off under his own power. So, again, just like Gallucci before, hopefully it was a cramp. And then he works his way through it. Looks to be okay, which is good to see. 2:06 to go, fourth quarter. Pope John will start it up. They're leading by 4. 8-4 against the Sparta Spartans. So Fox with possession. Here we go. Sikowski on him. Fox racing around, trying to get to the middle of the field. Takes off for the far side, now back in towards the goal. He goes around, looking to pass it off. He can't find anybody. And he gets a shove in the back by number 20. Well, a turnover by Fox, so it goes over to Sparta. That was number 20, Matt Peters, on defense. So with the turnover there, assuming they missed the push in the back on Fox. Timeout on the field. Minute 46 to go in the fourth. 8-4, Pope John over Sparta. We'll be right back to Sparta High School after this on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube. Welcome back to Castles Field at Sparta High School in Sparta, New Jersey. The crosstown rivalry renewed. The Pope John Lions and the Sparta Spartans. And with a minute 46 to go in the fourth quarter, Pope John is working on 7 unanswered goals, and they have opened up an 8-4 lead. An impressive run after being down 4-1 midway in the second quarter. Great goaltending by Daniel O'Leary, and multiple goal scorers for Pope John. Brody Pillock with a pair, Jack Gallucci, Travis Heller, and then Peyton Fox and Sam Canetta with one each. So, Lions 106 seconds away. Here's the pass in to number 12, Spellman. Now over to Westervelt. DeStefano to Ciarelli. Back to DeStefano on the right. Pass over to Aquino. It's loose. Heller chopping away. Goes out of bounds. I think it's going to be Sparta ball. Minute 21 to go. Here comes Aquino as we start up the clock again. Aquino, the pass out to Pandacia. Now to Westervelt. Westervelt has it on the right wing. Down below to DeStefano. DeStefano across to Spellman. The pass to Aquino in front. Stolen away by Muggy Bars. And Pope John with possession. And head coach Joe Della Ferra calls time. 59 seconds to go. Pope John leading by 4. We'll be back to Sparta High School after this on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube. Welcome back to Sparta High School in Sparta, New Jersey. 59 seconds to go in the fourth quarter, and the Pope John Lions are doubling up the Sparta Spartans 8-4. A 7-goal unanswered streak by Pope John since the mid-second quarter has done the damage. The Lions looking to go 3-0 on the season and drop Sparta to 0-2. O'Leary head back to his net. Ramirez picks up the ball. Start up on the referee's whistle. After the game, please stay with us. The JV teams will go at it. We'll have that coverage for you. Pope John and Sparta JV. Right after this on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube. A collision between two Sparta players, and number 13, Brady Shagowit, goes down. But he gets back up. Ramirez on the right wing. Ball's popped loose. And it gives Sparta a chance to recover. So now the pass it back to number 3, Hunter Klodnicki. Klodnicki up the field. Loses it over to Heller. Travis Heller with it. As Sparta's getting desperate. 29 seconds to go. And a flag on the play. It's going to be against Adam Teixeira. Heller with it on a delayed call. The pass to Fox. Peyton Fox pulls it back with 15 seconds to go. We're down to 10. Fox behind the net on the back line. It's knocked loose by Sparta. Trying to pick it back up. The countdown going on. 5 seconds. We're down to 2. 1. There's the buzzer. The pride has spoken. The Pope John Lions have defeated the Sparta Spartans. Final score, Pope John 8, Sparta 4. And so rivalry week here in April of 2025 goes to Pope John. A win in softball, 15-7 over Sparta on Monday. And now an 8-4 win by the varsity against Sparta here tonight. And after this, the JV game. We'll see how that goes. But 2 victories by Pope John over Sparta this week. 2 goals by Jack Galucci, 2 goals by Travis Heller, 2 goals by the freshman Bodie Pillock, Sam Canetta, and Peyton Fox, each with 1. And Daniel O'Leary, who gave up 4 early goals in the first quarter and a half, shuts down Sparta the rest of the way, making an incredible save that would be a highlight reel for years to come, I'll tell you. We'll try and clip it later on and put it as a short on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube. With the win, Pope John advances to 3-0 on the season, and with the loss, Sparta drops to 0-2. On Saturday, the Pope John Lions boys lacrosse team will host Governor Livingston. The Highlanders coming to Sparta to take on Pope John at Pope John High School. 10 a.m. start time for the varsity, and then the JV game after. Please join us on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube for that. Tomorrow from the softball fields, it will be the Pope John Lions softball team taking on West Morris. Pope John and West Morris, the Lions looking to right the ship after a loss yesterday to Randolph that dropped them to 1-1. So Pope John looking to get back on the positive side of the ledger. That's at 4 p.m. tomorrow from the softball fields at Pope John High School. So for everyone here at Castles Field at Sparta High School in Sparta, New Jersey, this is Mike Formisano saying thank you so much for joining us. Final score once again, Pope John doubles up Sparta 8-4. Come on back for the JV game in just a few minutes right here on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube. Have a good afternoon.
Good job.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.